For the last few years, we've pretty much seen AI as a chatbot, something we talk to. But based on how 2025 is shaking out, that's changing in a huge way. AI isn't just our conversational buddy anymore. It's becoming a coworker. It's actually getting a job. This massive change is what everyone's calling the agentic shift. So here's the bottom line. We're moving from an AI that's a passive tool for information to one that's an active, autonomous agent. It's not just about answering your questions anymore. It's about seeing entire projects through, all on its own. And this chart just breaks it down perfectly. On the left, you've got the old world, the chatbot. You talk to it, it gives you text. Pretty simple. But on the right, you've got the Agentic Era, and it is all about action. It's not just generating text anymore. It's literally operating software to get things done. All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to kick things off with this new age of AI. Then we'll meet the big players driving it. After that, we'll get into the tech that's making it all possible. And then we're going to hit a really interesting, kind of scary paradox. Then we'll zoom out to see how this is re-engineering our world, and finally, take a peek at what's coming next. So let's start with this new age of AI. The game has totally changed. The whole era of chat has given way to the era of act. And believe me, this isn't just some minor update. It's a fundamental rewrite of the rules. So who's actually building this future? Let's meet the frontier models. You gotta understand, this is a full-on race. The big tech labs, we're talking Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI, they are all battling it out to build the best AI agent, and each of them has a totally different playbook. And what's so fascinating here is just how specialized this competition has become. You've got Google's Gemini 3, which is all about understanding everything at once: text, images, sound, and just being everywhere. Then there's Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 4.5, which is, without a doubt, the king of coding and actually using your computer. OpenAI's GPT 5.1 is the smart all-arounder. And then you have xAI's Grok 4.1, which is making a huge bet on emotional intelligence. Let's dig into each one. First up, Gemini 3, the ecosystem juggernaut. Google's whole strategy is to make Gemini the brain of its entire universe of products. It can analyze a spreadsheet, draft a summary in Docs, and shoot it off in an email, all without you doing a thing. It's built to be everywhere. Then we've got Claude Sonnet 4.5, the meticulous coder. Anthropic has gone all in on making this the best possible tool for engineers. It's not just about writing code. It's about grabbing the controls of your computer to get stuff done, making it the go-to workhorse for this new agentic software world. OpenAI's GPT 5.1 is playing the adaptive all-rounder. Its big trick is an auto mode that just figures out how much thinking it needs to do. For a quick question, you get a quick answer, but for a really complex problem, it automatically shifts into a deeper reasoning mode. The whole point is to make it feel completely seamless. And finally, we have Grok 4.1, the emotional wildcard. While everyone else is focused on pure productivity, Grok is designed to be a witty, creative, and engaging sidekick. It's topping the charts on emotional intelligence, trying to win you over with personality and a style that's, well, a little less filtered. Okay, so those are the players. But what's the new tech that's actually making this huge leap into agency possible? Turns out there are a few core breakthroughs that all of these models are starting to tap into. The biggest one is something called System 2 reasoning. The simplest way to think about it is that the AI can now actually pause and think before it talks. So instead of just blurting out the first, fastest answer, it kind of runs an internal monologue, checks its own work, and explores a few options. This is the absolute key to solving really complex problems. And this kind of thinking unlocks some incredible new abilities, like what people are calling vibe coding. I mean, look at this workflow. You don't write a single line of code. You just describe the vibe of the app you're imagining. The AI builds it, then you give feedback, like a normal person, make it pop more, and boom, it rewrites the code on the fly. This is making software development accessible in a way we've just never seen. But honestly, the real game changer here might be computer use. The AI literally uses a computer just like a person does. It sees the screen, moves the mouse, clicks buttons. Claude 4.5 is leading the pack here. So why is this such a big deal? It means these AI agents can now use any piece of software, even super old systems that don't have modern APIs. This could unlock automation for basically every business on Earth. Okay, so these models are insanely powerful. But, and this is a huge but, all that power comes with a major catch.
We're now up against what researchers are calling the performance paradox. The more capable these models become, the more subtle and the more dangerous their mistakes get.
Take a look at this. On a key benchmark called the Omniscience Index, which is all about accuracy, Google's Gemini 3 Pro is #1. It gets more things right than any other model out there. Sounds great, right? Well, what happens when it gets something wrong? What do you think this number, 88%, stands for? This is where it gets a little scary. 88%. That is the rate that Gemini 3 hallucinates with high confidence on the questions it gets wrong. Just think about that for a second. When it doesn't know the answer, it doesn't say, "I don't know." Almost 9 times out of 10, it just makes up an answer that sounds right and delivers it like it's a fact.
So we're dealing with this brand new problem of confident wrongness. And that's a massive, massive risk. An older AI might give you a goofy answer, and you'd know it was wrong. But these new models are so good, their mistakes are persuasive, which makes them incredibly hard to catch, especially when the stakes are high.
But even with these risks, the agentic shift is already re-engineering our world. So let's talk about what this actually means for businesses and for you right now.
In the business world, the impact is just staggering. Take customer service. We're not talking about those annoying chatbots that just try to get rid of you. We're talking about AI agents that can handle 85% of customer issues from start to finish, processing a refund, scheduling a service call, and only handing off to a human when it's absolutely necessary, with all the context. And for developers, get this, Claude Sonnet 4.5 can now successfully solve 77.2% of real-world software bugs from GitHub all by itself. This is changing the job completely. Coders are moving from writing every single line to being more like reviewers and architects, guiding their AI agents. Productivity is just skyrocketing. And all of this brings us to the future. We've made the leap from chat to act. So in this new world of AI agents that can do things, where do we go from here? What happens next? And this really gets to the heart of the next great challenge. The race isn't just about making AI smarter or more capable anymore. The true frontier, the problem we have to solve, is making it humble. Can we actually build an AI that's reliable enough to admit when it's out of its depth? Because in a world that's going to be run by these agents, the ability to trustably say, "I don't know," might just be the most important feature of them all.